dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Brandis DeSimone, and I'm a relationship manager here at NASDAQ, and I'm also a United States Navy veteran. And it's truly my great pleasure to welcome you all here today to NASDAQ. Without further ado, I'd now like to welcome up NASDAQ's president, Adena Friedman. Thank you, Adena.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adena Friedman, and I'm the president of NASDAQ, and it is truly a great honor to welcome you all to NASDAQ on such a meaningful day. I know many of you have traveled long distances to be here this morning, which I think is reflective of your commitment to our veterans. We couldn't be more proud to stand here together at the crossroads of the world to get set to ring today's opening bell. For me, this is certainly no ordinary bell ringing ceremony. Our military has protected us and served our country with distinction and honor since the country's founding. And those who have served in the military deserve our deepest respect and gratitude. Having spent the last 20 years living in Washington, D.C., Veterans Day has held a very special place in my heart. And today, here because of the work that you and your organizations are doing around initiatives to hire veterans, you and your veterans deserve a round of applause. Thank you. We have an impressive list of companies here with us this morning that are investing both capital and resources toward the hiring of veterans within their organizations. In fact, a lot of their names are listed up here on the wall behind me. The unemployment rate for veterans who have served in Iraq and Afghanistan is nearly 20% higher than the national average. And yet 1.1 million veterans will be leaving the services over the next 5 years. That's a rate of 600 per day. We all understand why this is a national concern, both for our young Americans who deserve jobs and for job creation and job stability that are critical pillars of economic growth. Now, I'd like to take a moment to talk about John Jay College, led by President Jeremy Travis. President Travis served as the chair of the City University of New York's Task Force on Veterans Affairs, which produced policy changes to aid in the reintegration of our student veterans. Today, John Jay boasts a greater percentage of veterans in the student body than any other university. John Jay College is committed to attracting veterans, helping assimilate them into the college, and helping them find jobs when they graduate by connecting them to the veteran-friendly organizations. Those who defend us must be supported. We're all here today giving our time this morning because this really matters. Whether their service was in Baghdad or Beirut, we need to serve veterans as well as they serve us, even when the guns have temporarily stopped firing. It's our duty as corporate and academic leaders to ensure that these vets are educated, qualified, and employed. Again, I'm humbled by each and every one of you here today and what your companies have pledged to do for our vets. To our veterans, we say thank you. Thank you for your sacrifices, your sense of duty, and for your service. Our nation salutes you, and we are a safer country because of you. Today, as business leaders, we make a pledge that it is our turn to serve you. Jeremy, thank you again for joining us and for helping our veterans with their transition. I'd like to welcome Jeremy Travis, president of John Jay College, up to the podium to say some remarks.
Thank you so much, Adina. Good morning, everyone. Let me offer my thanks to Adina Friedman, to Brandis DeSimone, to the NASDAQ family for welcoming all of us here again this morning for the third opening of the NASDAQ, the ringing of the bell to honor those who have served our country. Today I'm representing the students, the nearly 500 students at John Jay College who have served our country and are now working on their educational capacity. I'm also here representing the City University of New York and our Chancellor, James Milliken, and our board chair, Jules Kroll. We've made a commitment at John Jay at this time in our nation's history to step up. And we're so pleased to be surrounded by so many corporate leaders from New York City who have made a similar commitment at this time in our history to step up. We're proud of the role that we can play as an educational institution in helping those who have served our country make a transition back to civilian life in which they spend some time, some years with us as they're working on their academic skills and thinking about their future. But we need your help because the 500 or so students who are now at John Jay are making a transition to civilian life where they're looking for their next chapter of their development. That requires the active engagement of our corporate partners. And we're pleased to see so many of you here today who have joined with us. We now count 24 corporate members of our corporate roundtable. I know we're signing up some more today because we have a common purpose, and that purpose is to serve those who have served us and to provide an extra ounce of effort for those who have given so much. Why do we do this? Why do we come here today on Veterans Day to acknowledge the role of corporate New York and the educational partners? We do this. What is our ambition, in the words of NASDAQ? Our ambition is to step up, but to say thank you and to recognize those who have done so much for our country, and to say that your service is honored, and honored in our institutions in ways that is palpable, that makes a difference, and it's not just symbolic. So the pledge that we're all taking today to do as much as we can is a pledge that is more than a symbolic pledge. It's a very realistic pledge. And on behalf of John Jay, on behalf of our student veterans, on behalf of our university, I today want to reaffirm our commitment to do everything we can to provide support for those who have served our country with such great honor, dignity, and patriotism. Thank you for coming today.
I thought you'd stay with me and will join me. We're going to go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. But first, oh, great. Okay, everyone's supposed to.
All of our company representatives to join using the right and left side aisles as we practice so everyone can make their way up for all of our considerations.
And then we'll switch places since you're going to be here for the bell.
This is, I think, double when we started.
It's amazing, yeah. It's an important mission. I mean, it really is. I feel, and y'all, honestly, as I said before, there's so many great qualified veterans. There's no reason not to pledge. Okay.
So I borrowed your ambition tag.
I love it. Use it as much as you want.
Very nice remarks.
Thank you.
They're listed on NASDAQ since 1987.
Have you really?
Or 85, yeah. 30, yeah. Nice.
30 years. That's wonderful. Brandis, are you going to join us? Yeah. Okay. Well, today on Veterans Day, we pledge to make the hiring of veterans a priority within our organizations. We believe that hiring veterans isn't just the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do. I'd like to ask all of you to raise your hand in show of support and solidarity to continue our support of veterans through hiring initiatives at your organizations. And before we officially ring the opening bell, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Wonderful.